So yeah, last time, we tried to get some out of him, didn't work. She yelled at us for accidentally fucking up this guy. I promise I'm doing this off the cuff. That worked better than I thought it would. Then, Pewter also fucked up, and Iris, after we ended up tricking her into taking her to the Kamakuras so he can tell us the information, the Kumakuras, then she tricked us into going and taking her elsewhere.
So cool.
Ah, cute.
So,
wait. Whoops!
This is the Crime Syndicate building, right?
Whoops. Well, I'll play through this again. I guess I didn't save at the end of it. But, magical editing powers. Okay, so we have several places to go in whatever order again. I remember Renju was seen at Sunfish Pocket and Akume's Shrine. There's the warehouse, diner. Wait, what about the diner? I'm not sure why the diner was a lead. But we'll check up with Renju-related things first because he's like our lead DeFalco, and also like he's been missing for a long time and it's very sus. So I think we would focus on Renju-related things. So let's get the Simp Cafe out of the way. As our maid cafes truly are, they're Simp Cafes, places where Simps hang out. Like, you know, Ota. I still love that there's just sneakily a 999 ad. I say sneakily, it's one of the biggest things on screen. Hey, have you played our other series? If not, you should totally do that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was literally put there for that purpose. And I would also agree, it's great.
This is surprising.
It's surprising that you're here. She sounds a lot older than 12, but she's obviously supposed to be a character that seems smarter than 12 in general, and more mature. And I like her already, and I know I'm gonna continue.
What's going on here? Why are you two together?
Why are you here? I'm wondering about that.
Oh, well, it's...
Well, you see, I literally asked him out on a date. This is what happens when you keep doing this, Iris.
Forget it. Thanks for letting me stay last night.
Aww.
Oh, no trouble at all. Anytime.
Cute.
You could even live with me if you want.
Aw, cute.
That's a great idea. The roommate I have right now really sucks.
Jeez. Gee, thanks. I love her, though, already. What you do?
What are you gonna do, scold me or something? Why do you care what I do?
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. In fact, I'm feeling good.
Are you sure?
Excuse me.
So, listen, Mizuki's gay, you know, she, just accept her gayness, okay? She's gay as fuck, that's why she's here, it's all good. Listen, if she's actually gay, I support the fuck out of that, please. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if she was literally
was crying
gay.
earlier.
A hug. I don't think she's literally gay, but, like, there's some wonderful LGBT representation here, I feel like. Between Mama and, sneakily, Pewter as well.
Crying?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, she lost her mom. She might have lost her dad. She was framed for murdering her mom. She had to see her fucking body. I mean, who fucking wouldn't be crying in her position? Like,
We were trying to cheer her up. What happened to her mom was...
yeah.
And we thought she was having a hard time.
Well, yes, clearly.
She must have come here looking for company.
Ah.
That's probably why she stayed with Iris last night. She didn't want to be alone.
That makes a lot of sense.
Shoko's body is still under the jurisdiction of the police. There has not been a ceremony, nor has the body been cremated. The culprit has not been caught, and we cannot locate Renju. And on top of that, her roommate has abandoned her.
Really, Aiba? You know I've been fucking swamped with work, dickhead.
I did not abandon her.
In any case, there are many ways you could calm Mizuki down.
Aiba has real nerve to say that when she's the one slave driving me to go do this and do that and do this work and that work and this work all day, every day. Anyway.
Mizuki is just trying to act strong. Please, try to understand.
She's really nice, and I really like Mizuki. But yeah, she's not feeling good. She's just trying to act like everything's fine because I guess she hates being down in the dumpster and maybe even dragging people down around her. I mean, I guess no one really likes it. But anyway. I think I remember that she does know her. But,
She's my friend from back when I worked here.
We would hang out outside of work, too.
Cool.
We go to haunted places and UFO sightings and stuff.
Blow those boys away!
Blow those boys away!
Yeah, blow those boys!
Mizuki,
You need the away there or it sounds like something. You don't need to know what yet. I'll tell you in about 6 years. But, yeah, you don't say that, please.
You really shouldn't say that.
Yeah. But I'll be honest, she's gonna figure out before she's 18. The internet exists, unfortunately. Now, I knew what a blowjob was, I think before I was 12. I think a lot of people end up like that. Anyway, you like in men? Any particular reason you're asking that question, Dante? Well, yeah, let's just go ahead and exhaust her thing, because I think the biggest thing here, food makes sense. Cafe, yeah, so this is what would get her to be like, okay, so, please.
Iris, I still need to know.
I don't think there's a way to really fix them right now.
What were you doing?
Oops.
You haven't fulfilled your promise.
This
what?
is the date. I fulfilled my promise.
Yeah.
I told you, no info until the date is complete. Don't you get it? This date isn't over yet.
Yeah. My God.
Mr. Okiura helped me when I was just starting out. You know how my mom is single? He really supported her.
Ah.
He even changed my diaper when I was a little baby. I got hired by Lemniscape all because of him.
Iris used to stream all her own content. Like singing and dancing and gaming and stuff, but before we knew it, she went viral.
Right, I heard about that. That's how she started getting offers, right? But because Iris's mom knows Renju, she decided to go with Lemniscape.
But there's more to it than that. There are other reasons. Daddy was totally taken in by her talent.
Talent?
Dancing, really. Her dancing is what got her into Lemniscape. He knew ever since she was young that she would be talented. He didn't want any other agencies to have her.
Makes sense.
I didn't know that.
Daddy's not the type to give compliments.
How does she know so much about him? Because, I don't think it's been specifically stated why she was living with Date since before Shoko died. But I guess it was just they were both so busy with work that they pawned her off onto Renju's friend, which I think they're just both absentee parents, this poor girl. But yeah, I don't feel like there's an excuse for that, dude.
This is kind of embarrassing. I didn't know he thought of me that way.
It's bored on the outside, but I bet he's nervous as hell. I understand, man, I do. You just wait for the right time. Time for what? I'm confused. You act cool, but on the inside. Your mates are working hard. There's 2 shells in their chests are working. Gotta sneak the boob jokes in there whenever you can, huh, Uchikochi? Much as, I'm a metalhead, I love this kind of upbeat music sometimes. As much as it's, super cutesy. The more that I become an anime fan, the more that I just embrace cute things. It's just part of the experience, and it can be very uplifting and nice. Keep at it, girls! Hell yeah! But by girls, do you mean, girls or girls? Probably both. This is Uchikochi we're talking about. Anyway, that looks kind of platinum-y. Isn't, the top trident a platinum one? I think they gave her that just to be nice. That's really cute. I like that a lot. That's true. Yeah.
More than sleeping and eating!
Count. You know what I like more than sleeping and eating? Video games. Which, is why I'm here doing a channel about. Although sleeping and eating are pretty good. Especially eating. But hey.
Well, maybe about the same as eating.
Okay, good, yeah. Based, Iris, based.
Anyway, I've always loved moving my body, ever since I was a little girl.
And you're fast, too.
Yeah, I did a lot of track meets. Were you always the anchor?
That's amazing.
Hey, wanna hear something cool? Iris is the goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology.
Oh my god. Iris is gay, confirmed.
She's the messenger of the gods. She's really fast.
Rainbows being so fast to disappear was the source of the legend.
You're as fast as your namesake then.
You wanna race?
Sure. When we get the chance.
That sounds kind of creepy. Can you show me your dance? If I have to do that one, I will, but I don't think I have to. I probably need to exhaust the dialogue. I have this feeling I do anyway. Anything new from Mizuki? Yeah. I feel like I'd like to talk to her last, because like she's gonna have the heaviest stuff. I feel like... No, she's probably gonna be trying to suppress it, but... She's still probably gonna have the heaviest stuff. Was Renju here? Please tell me.
I've heard that Renju was sighted here.
And again, if I don't have to ask what do you like in men, I'm actually just kind of curious for the comedy bit that's gotta have something like that.
When do you mean?
When? I got the info a few minutes ago, but I don't know when he was seen.
Oh.
Ringing any bells?
Well, he hasn't come by today, but yesterday.
Yesterday? But I was here yesterday.
It was after that. After you and
Okay.
Ota left.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
You didn't ask. And I don't have any way to contact you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We just missed him.
Oof, man.
He was looking for Iris. He was asking everyone where she was. Looking for me? Yeah.
Did he give a reason?
No, not in particular.
Iris, can you think of why he would be looking for you?
No, not at all.
Mizuki?
I don't know either.
That's really interesting. It seems like from that answer that he was not who visited her last night either. Which is what I just thought, but then I was like, well, her response was surprised sounding enough that I don't think it was Renju. But then whomst the fuck? Actually, wait, no! She did not know about his whereabouts, so yeah, of course it wasn't him. Either way, I'll exhaust this before I move on. But I might actually just
Anything
decide to
else?
exhaust all the trees, just because dialogue can be funny and surprising.
Well, he did seem really sick. He was pale and sweating a lot.
Must have been because of the accident.
Perhaps.
She seems to be close to Mizuki. I'm glad she has a good friend here.
Mizuki comes here a lot. She's really friendly with everyone.
Ah.
I like it here. Everyone treats me nice.
Ah.
Is it because you're the daughter of the owner?
No, it's not like that.
We're BFFs.
Cute.
She wields extraordinary power with that trident.
Your family is really something.
Of course she has, like, the big shiny trident. She's the owner's daughter, like, of course. She wouldn't know where he is. She's probably worried, but I think I should still ask.
The police asked me a bunch of questions.
Oof. I'm sorry she had to go through that. Maybe that was part of why she was upset.
But I don't know where he is.
12-year-old girl having to go through everything she's gone through. She does seem pretty damn composed, but just like she said, it's just she seems like it. She's really good at seeming like it, but...
Why are you asking me about that?
I was just curious.
That company was made by my grandpa, but Daddy has nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about the warehouse. I thought I told you this already.
That's
Don't
different.
ask me the same questions over and over.
Game, fuck you for that. It's literally been expecting me to, and then all of a sudden it delivers me a line like this. Fuck you, game, for that.
Date, look.
But why though? Sorry for being that close to the camera, but it's because it's on top of my microphone the way that I have it. It's just the most convenient setup for me for this.
Possibly. She may just be excited or upset.
Probably upset in general. But... Okay, so nothing more from her. This seems a little bit more innocent than just like, hey, what do you like in men? I'd like to bang you. It really does feel like that's written that way. But, can you show me your date?
Right here? Oh, I want to see too. Me too.
Oh my god, please.
I would also like
cute.
to see that.
Ah.
I don't know. Come on, just show us. But, all right, I'll go set up.
Time for wholesomeness. Cute.
Jeez. Fine, if you insist.
Yay! Iris,
Cute.
we're ready.
Cute. Cute. I guess you have to advance it from this.
Ready. See my dance.
I guess because, you know, this is the Iris fan service thing.
Hit it.
Very weeb name for the song. Also, Rainbow. Gay. She's gay. Secretly gay. You gotta have, you know, an idol dance, because, you know, otakus or something.
Teacups that are flying, on maps mystifying. You'll think that I'm lying, this old tale of mine.
I'll be honest, this kind of stuff has kind of been really awkward for me. But I like the song. The song is good.
Cold frost on the pyre, fruit never
I feel like her, never expires. I feel like her singing is not that wonderful, but like, this voice actress might have just never been a singer. I think she's doing okay, regardless of that. I can tell that there's some good singing technique here, but I'll be honest, I find this a little cringe, but it's cute. Honestly, yeah, this song is nice. I don't love this style of thing. Very Japanese, that's all I can say about it. This kind of stuff is just generally weird to me, but it's definitely cute. And I get it? Yeah, but yeah. I do like that the song is, like, very kind of epic sounding. But it's just very cheesy. Cute. I got everyone here's doing it though. When I see stuff like that, I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be watching this. I'm not the target audience for this.
Mr. wrote the music, and I wrote the lyrics. So it holds a special place in my heart.
What? God. I feel like there's a bunch of Renju death flags flying around everywhere. Because I thought there was before, but now all they're doing is talking about how special Renju is to them, and I'm like, oh, fuck. He's dead, isn't he?
That's right. I forgot he wrote music.
Yeah, he's really talented. I look up to him. He's done so much for me. I know I can rely on him more than anyone else.
God, stop death flagging him, girl. Although, how reliable is he when he's definitely conspiring with a criminal right now? Except, well, Date ain't gonna tell him that, and that would just worry them. Okay, I don't have to, but I guess I'd like to, but first I'll talk to Mizuki again. Oh, okay. Everyone has summarized for me, right? Okay, since that's the only option anymore, let's do the meme thing. What's this joke gonna be like?
Well,
Unless it's really just...
a triple board sea devil or an anacanthus barbatus.
What?
That's a mouthful.
I don't get it. Huh? Okay.
Unfortunately, we didn't find Renju here.
I guess he's talking about fish. Like, I don't... Like, her ideal man is a type of fish because she's a mermaid. Whatever, okay.
But we discovered that he was looking for Iris.
But why?
We can think about that later. Let's get going.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just gonna chase down the Renju leads. Just cause, like, I like to do the things that make the most canon sense to me. Just from what my brain gravitates towards. But it's obvious that, you know, at this point that you exhaust all of these, and then plot continues. That's what I've found. So it doesn't really matter what order I've found, except some dialogue seems to change occasionally in regards to order, but otherwise, there's only one time I think I really noticed that. But anyway, all I know is I'm enjoying the game. And I honestly do like this music. So I'm just kind of vibing for a sec before I have to not be listening to it anymore. By the way, since I'm really just kind of noticing the detail right now, like, I just feel like oftentimes stuff like the intricacies of menu designs like this are just not given enough credit. Do people really notice a lot of these details a lot of the time? I don't think so. But they put a lot of effort, time, and polish into this stuff. I just feel like mentioning it, like, everything about the map, there's a compass here, there's like a temperature meter down here? I guess that's like, in universe, supposed to represent all this information that Aiba can show him about a place, which is nice. Wow, technology. But yeah, again, like, little details like this, like, how many people really notice this stuff? I don't think very many, but like, I don't know. People sat there for a long time and thought up all these little details that really just add to a game's atmosphere and stuff. In fact, you can even tell there's just a little bit of a shimmery effect over all of the mapped area. I only really just realized that now. You know, I love the details in games. They mesmerize me, dude. It's like, if I really sit there and look at any given screen like I am now, I'm amazed by the details and not knowing how they make things look this good and crisp and... But yeah, technology. Wow. Technology and art. Menu design is really underrated. It takes a lot of time, dude, surely. Much as it's probably a very underappreciated and underthought about area of a game, which is why I went ahead and brought it up. Because I like to, among other things in my channel, bring attention to things that I feel like do not get enough credit. Alright, let's keep chasing after Renju leads, but I have a feeling we're not going to find him here either. Or even get a solid lead on him, because if we did, we'd just skip the rest of the other two explorable areas. So what's probably going to happen is we're going to go to Marble after all this is said and done. Then get any kind of, well, plot forwarding, even if we don't actually find frickin' Renju. Oh no.
You okay?
Yeah, this is the second time that's happened.
It's okay.
She did that at the shrine, the park too, Bloom Park. That's sus. Again, I apologize for that noise. My headphones keep disconnecting, but I just really want to record this right now. Headphones be damned, so apologies if that gets on your nerves, guys. It doesn't really get on mine, or I would wait, but I really just want to make sure I've recorded this episode as soon as possible, which is right now. About this shrine, by the way, peaceful.
It's called Ikume Iribiko Isachi no Mikoto, or sometimes Ikume Tenno, or Ikume no Mikoto. There are legends about this place written in the old text. It's a shrine dedicated to the gods. The old legend goes like this. One day, Ikume Iribiko sent one of his followers, Taji Momori, on an urgent quest.
Time for Japanese real-life lore. Because we get a lot of that from games, I've noticed.
To find a mysterious, magical fruit. A fruit called Tokijiku no Kaku. It's said that eating it will grant you immortality. After many hardships, Taji Momori was able to find the fruit. But by the time he got back, Ikume Iribiko had died. Taji Momori mourned. He handed half of the fruit to the man's wife, and he left the other half on Ikume Iribiko's grave, then died on the spot. It is said that that fruit is still inside the shrine behind us.
Really? Fruit of immortality.
Yes. Not interested?
No, not really. I'd rather have normality than immortality.
Nah! That was just for a pun, wasn't it? Oh, Uchikochi. Actually, I'm wondering how many of the puns, and I bet a lot of them, now that I know some things about how puns are done in Japanese versus English, mostly from watching Big Clingy, who literally speaks Japanese and studies the Japanese versions of these games, and talks about the Japanese translations in his playthroughs, and I find it really fascinating. And I've learned some stuff about general Japanese usage from him. And one of the things I learned is that oftentimes when games from Japan are localized, there was a Japanese pun that doesn't really translate to English, And so what they usually try to do is they make an English pun that is the closest to that Japanese pun they can get.
A flower over there.
By the way, as you probably noticed, I've pretty much decided not to voice most of the questions, because I don't know whether he's gonna voice it or not. Hopefully y'all can generally read the questions, or maybe you don't really care. Like me, you'll often just be listening to this, especially if you've played the game before. More or less, anyway.
Flower?
You can't see it from here, can you? I know it's there because I've been to this shrine before.
I need to look over that way. I bet it's an iris, right? Like a winter iris, like the one in her house. Solemn-looking shrine. Solemn music as well. Might as well
It's
exhaust this.
nostalgic. This place is a memorable one for me.
Ah.
6 years ago, I used to come here with someone.
Yeah.
Someone?
I used to call him Uncle. He
Okay,
was a
yeah.
thoughtful, reliable man.
Yeah, the guy
I thought of him as a father.
that told me
But
was
one
dating.
day, he just disappeared.
Yeah.
She's talking about.
Hitomi's lover.
Yeah.
When you asked me why I became an idol, I wasn't being entirely truthful. I told you that it was because I wanted to become famous.
See, that is kind of a shallow answer, and I didn't really give it thought at the time, but that does seem like the kind of answer you'd give if there was a different, deeper one, right?
But more specifically, it was for Uncle.
Oh, really?
I've been
That's
looking for
cute.
him for 6 years.
So Hitomi never told her. Oh yeah, she told Date she never said. So as far as she knows, he just disappeared. Ooh.
I didn't know where else to look, so instead of me finding him, I thought that he could find me instead.
Aww.
You think if you became famous, he'd contact you?
Yeah.
So that is why she became an idol.
I mean, it's also been my dream since I was little. That's a part of it, too.
So why do you use the name Asa? Shouldn't you use your real name?
Oh no, I don't have to. He was the one who came up with the name Aset.
Oh really?
He told me that if I ever became an idol, I should use that name.
It's interesting. I wonder why.
Mr. Okura isn't here. I mean, of course he isn't. It's not like we came here right away.
He's already taken off.
Too bad.
It looks like there are no further clues here.
Yeah, of course not, because, like, there's 4 places to discover. I'm starting to see how this game
It
works.
appears we've wasted our time.
Not necessarily because of lore and shit. But wait, would you actually see him if you came here first? No, I don't think so. That's not how this game has worked so far. Guardian Poochtig flower.
An iris,
Yeah.
more specifically, a winter.
Thought so.
This is the same flower that was on display at Iris's house.
Feel like a Smirturgan. Although that was a pretty easy guess. You're looking at a winter iris, aren't you?
Yeah. How did you know? It's the same kind that's at my house. I told you about what it means, right?
Good news and hope.
Iris is also a part of the eye, and the Greek goddess of rainbows. A messenger goddess. I told you at Sunfish Pocket, right? That's why the flower means
Yeah,
good
see,
news and hope.
I told you it's some fish pocket. You could come here first, so again, that dialogue would not be a thing. Also, I'm pretty sure it's not like we came here right away. It might have not also been a thing if we didn't go to Sunfish Pocket first. But I'm pretty sure that whichever one you went to first doesn't matter, because you have to go through all 4 and then the plot continues. Although, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would have changed drastically if I went here first. But that doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't seem like it adds up with the way the game's gone so far, but we'll see. If I learn that, then I'll have to do that in the future, I guess. This game does have a flowchart and everything, so I'm sure I'll be able to.
Date, we have no time to waste. We should get moving.
Got it.
And yet, you literally said that he's abandoning her. You're kind of the reason he would be abandoning her. Mizuki, I mean. I guess the warehouse and then the diner. Is this still not the end of the date? I guess it's after we've been all around everywhere. Guess she'll say anything?
I saw it. I'm sure. Your corpse, Iris. Right here.
But I'm here now. Maybe I'm a ghost.
Nah.
You don't look like a floating sheet. You have legs.
Yeah.
But maybe they're not legs. Maybe they're my boobs.
What? This is the most Uchikochi fucking piece of dialogue I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, me too.
Didn't you say that you saved me in your dream? What did you mean by that?
I told you that I'm with an organization called Abyss, right?
Yeah, you told me 2 days ago.
We find clues in the minds of suspects and witnesses. We enter what we call Somnium, a dream world projected by their subconscious. That's what the entire organization is about.
How do you even do that?
We have a machine that we call the sync machine.
What is that?
It's a sync machine.
That's not an explanation. Tell me how it works.
Well, I can explain, but it will require a bit of background to understand.
Background? Nanotech? Yeah, technology related to really small things. Like really teeny tiny things. And when they make a machine, they're called nanomachines. I heard they use them a lot for medical and tech fields. Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses.
Because future setting,
They
neat.
can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said. Well, I don't know if it was like beep, beep or rrr. But anyway, nanotechnology costs tons of money.
I would imagine.
Only a few people can even afford it. My college professor said only the richest of the rich have nanotechnology. But he's pretty liberal, so...
Largely accurate. Nano is a prefix meaning 10 to the negative 9th power. A nanometer is therefore 0.00000000.
How did they even make anything that small? Holy shit.
The sync machine uses machines approximately 2.16 nanometers long. Viruses are on average 20 to 970 nanometers. So sync nanomachines are far smaller than that. This allows them to access neural circuitry. During a sync, the nanomachines are used to write in the syncer's data.
Nanomachines, son. I'm definitely not even close to the first person that made that joke either. What the heck is a BBB?
I've heard of it. The blood-brain barrier, right?
Okay.
Inside the skull, there's an army of little teeny tiny soldiers that surround the brain. They protect the brain from bad stuff in the blood, right?
That's almost it, yeah.
The blood-brain barrier describes the architecture of the microvessels of the brain. It is a kind of shield that protects the brain. To get through, an object must be no larger than 0.4 nanometers.
Once again, real-life science dump. Thanks, Uchikochi. I feel smarter now.
Objects too large to slip through the barrier cannot physically access the brain.
I guess not.
No, I know what it is. It's the core programming behind AI, right?
That's right. What's wrong?
What?
You're shivering.
That's sus. Why does she know?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Or is she just cold? No, there's gotta be something to it.
To borrow Pewter's explanation, with the advent of the HORNY system, we can extract the data of the human psyche. This data is sent to the brain, which achieves the sync.
Okay, you have the basics down. Let me explain how syncing works. Syncers like me equip the sync gear and use it to access the subject's brain. Inside the helmet are nano cables, and on the tip of each of these cables is a special nano machine. But the machine can't reach the brain through blood alone. Do you know why?
The BBB soldiers say, go away, and push them back?
Well, yeah, kind of. But for the sync to work, we have to get the nanomachines into the brain itself. How do we do that?
Drill a hole in the skull?
No.
In Shovel Forge, you can use a pickaxe and...
No, it has nothing to do with tools. We don't have to open a hole. Skulls already have holes in them. One of those holes is the optic canal, which is a nerve canal located
Oh
behind the eye.
jeez. Don't talk about using the optic canal to put stuff in after I've played Baldur's Gate 3, thank you.
The nanocables of the sync gear go through your eyes,
Ow.
then go to the back of your eye socket, then through the optic canal to the sea.
The sea?
The sea of brain cells, anyway.
That sounds kind of romantic.
Excuse me?
It's only a chunk of protein.
Uchikochi's sense of humor, man. I'm pretty sure this is like peak. I have drunk a large amount of tequila at this point, writing. Like I've said before, apparently in an interview he literally said that he drinks tequila a lot when he's fucking writing, which explains a lot of the fucking absurdity.
Once the nanocables arrive at their destination, they can begin the sync process. They slide into the brain like roots of a tree. and on the tip of each cable, the nanomachine sends and receives data. This is controlled by the WHAT system, and that's how the sinker and the subject exchange information.
Wow! Science concepts.
Exchange?
Think of it this way. The human brain has a max capacity of one psyche, one consciousness.
Multiple instances of consciousness inside one brain can cause a total collapse of higher brain functions.
You know how a car only has one steering wheel? If there were two, there would be accidents all over the place.
Well, don't some planes have 2 control sticks?
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best metaphor. What I'm trying to say is that the human body can only hold one person. If you try to have 2 people inside one brain, it will break.
I see.
Because of this, the sinker's data goes inside the subject's brain, and the only thing inside the subject's mind at the time of the sync are their memories, like a house with no one inside. We sinkers break into the house, look for clues, and leave, all within 6 minutes.
There's a time limit?
Yes, or else the house will collapse on our heads.
The neural circuits would become too deeply entwined with one another. To put it simply, the sinker would be trapped inside the subject's house.
Interesting.
Thank you for explaining it. I don't completely understand how sync works, but still.
Just don't tell anyone. This is extremely confidential.
It's okay, I won't. Date, tell me this. Who did you sync with yesterday?
Didn't I show you his picture? Congressman So Sejima.
So that's why you know so much about him.
But you've never met him, right?
I haven't, I swear. Hey, Date, you saw my corpse here, right?
I did. I'm sure of it.
And in So's dream, you saved me from getting killed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I don't remember him establishing that it was So's dream. He just said my dream. I feel like there might be some lost in translation stuff going on there. It seems like, unless I'm forgetting dialogue entirely that was important, she definitely knows more than I feel like she should from the conversations we've had.
And then somehow I resurrected.
Yeah.
Or it's completely different than that somehow. Whatever the hell explains that.
Date, that means you're... Achoo!
I think she was just getting cold. Maybe I was worrying for nothing.
Date, is the cold too much for Iris?
Yeah, I'm freezing too. Iris, let's get out of here for now.
Roger that!
Okay, yeah. You go through all of the areas and then the plot advances. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have missed any. It's just some dialogue's gonna be slightly different. Or there's just gonna be added lines. Who knows?
Ah, I'm so hungry!
Tessa, why are you here?
I told Date I was hungry, so...
I've always wanted to eat here.
Oh, that's right. We didn't actually eat at the cafe. We're eating here. This is a better place to eat anyway. It's probably not ridiculously expensive, I would imagine. And probably has better food. Because the main cafe is all about the grills.
Usual, Ota.
Yes, right away.
Oh, yeah, he does work there. That's why he has money. He actually works for his mom. I understand now. Which makes a lot of sense for family restaurants like this. Why would she not have been here before? But I'll still ask.
Yeah, I have.
Have you met Ota's mother, Mayumi?
Yeah, but I don't think she likes me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's not true. Mom is just jealous of how pretty you are, Tessa.
Not very reassuring. Whether out of jealousy or otherwise, she still doesn't like Iris.
Iris, about your coming back to life.
Hold it!
Nah!
What do you mean coming back to life?
Date jumped into a parallel world where I'm still alive.
Tessa died?
Yep.
Saying it like it's nothing. I think she's just kind of used to rolling with the punches of whatever is said. If it's like a fantasy thing, she just kind of believes in it. It's kind of cute.
Omelet rice.
Or maybe she's literally just assuming it's just a thing he's just making up.
Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me
really?
stomach cramps.
Is that a compliment?
You're embarrassed.
Well, Ota appears to have taken it as a compliment.
likes eating it, then she likes eating it. But I really don't know what their relationship is. Like, she acts like she really, really admires him, but does she just do it because he panders to her, or what? I feel like that's it, but I also feel like it's deeper than that. I don't really know. Maybe it's just like, she's just like glad someone likes her so much, maybe? I don't know. Who isn't a creepy old gangster man is honestly fair.
Yeah, my dad taught me when I was little.
That's surprising. So he is useful, it's just that he kind of, whenever he's not working, he just kind of degenerates all day, seems like.
You're making me something too, right?
Sure, my treat, Date. She's in the living room. I think she's watching TV.
How about you? What are you doing here?
I was just doing some meditation, lying on the ground.
He means sleeping.
Date, why are you with Tessa?
This is why we don't like you, Oda.
We are
She's just having fun with it, of
Not
course.
shovel forge.
on a date.
Oh, a date. Huh. A date?
I was waiting for it.
I'm on an investigation, and she wouldn't let me go.
Date, I have some delicious fugu eggs. I promise they're not poisoned. Would you like some?
No thanks. I'm fine. Hey, can you tell me about this parallel world idea in more detail?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this? Well,
Time for more conceptual bullshit. Courtesy of Uchikochi.
oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. If we tie, nothing happens. We just shake hands. If I win, you have to give me something.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
I was hoping it wouldn't start going like this. I was okay-ish with her just kind of being flirty, kind of jokingly at him, but like this? No. I'm sick of shit like this. Clover VR! Excuse me.
Anything.
He really does just do everything she does for attention. Or at least around Oda. That's why she hangs around him. She just gets his attention as much as possible. In every way possible, because she likes knowing someone's that simpy for her or something, I don't know. What is that? Listen, that's a needing boobs motion, so she's gay. That's my theory, is she's good at acting like she likes men, because that's an important idol thing. Disgustingly. But she's gay. Anyway.
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing.
Game, please.
Why exactly is that?
It's called the HORNY. The HORNY is a harsh mistress.
Alright, let's do this!
Date, please. Uchikochi, please. I knew this kind of shit would be in the game, but I'm so over it 4 games in. I'm really over it.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
So far, I'm pretty sure I've always gotten confused with these. Like, I thought the options would just show up over here, because that's where the question popped up. I thought there would just be options, like, underneath this, but it's always when you talk to the person again, like the rest of the game, which I suppose makes sense, but it's still weird. Alright, right.
Shoot.
A tie.
The most boring result. Well, we agreed on the rules. Let's shake hands. Shaky, shaky. We just played rock, paper, scissors, right? We tied and shook hands. But in a different timeline, maybe I got a reward from you. Or maybe you could have seen me naked or something.
Why do you have to put it like that? I know why! It's to get a rise out of him for some reason, and probably also Date, but in a different kind of rise. Unfortunately, at least she's 18. That's more than I could— no, that isn't more than I could say for Clover. But I keep thinking that she's way under 18, because she even seems like that in VLR. when she's like 20-something. Definitely older than the original game. I think she was already like 20 in the original game, but Iris is more believably 18. For way more. So, that's fair.
Why did I choose rock?
Date, she literally told Momo she'd never show her boobs, okay? Put your dick away and realize that she's just toying with you. Which is what...
What exactly were you going to make her do?
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
I wonder where Uchikochi got all these thoughts about parallel worlds and shit. I wonder what game series that he might have made that involved this kind of thing. Anyway, again, I'm sorry for all the weird zooming into my face in a sideways weird manner, but I like going into the microphone to emphasize things. And I'm sorry if it rapes your ears too, I don't mean to. I would recommend, honestly, putting my videos pretty low. You might have realized this by now whenever I, like, laugh uproariously or scream or something. I apologize.
I can't believe it, but...
Sure you can. Parallel worlds exist. Do you know about the Mandela effect? Or the Booba Kiki effect? Or the 100 million balls? If I explained that, would you believe me?
Sounds really interesting, Tessa. I know some urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of two sisters.
Kind of, honestly, this poor man. At least he seems to be a good cook, so whenever he's not around her, he seems to not be an utter degenerate, but he seems to either be around her or doing stuff related to her on his laptop whenever he's not working. But at least he seems to be diligent at his job. 100 million balls? That's a lot of those.
This world is full of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here. If things were even slightly different, well, the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low.
Interesting. I wonder how the fuck they figured that out.
Yet, here we are.
Wow, amazing. But I wonder how they figured it was extremely low when it happened. I don't understand science. Conceptual science like that. Especially because I feel like this kind of stuff is probably wrong to some degree or other. Because it's so far into speculation that it's gotta be, right?
Date, look at this picture. There's a famous experiment regarding this picture. You show this image to people
Oh, I
around
think
the
I
world
remember
and ask
this.
a question.
I think I have heard of this somewhere.
Which one is Booba and which one is Kiki?
In fact, I feel like this actually might have been something I heard in one of the Zero Escape games, so this is a nice callback, I think. I think I remember wherever I heard of it, that the one that's all curvy is Boba, and the one that's all sharp is Kiki, because, like, the key sound is a much sharper sound. I think it was something like that. It makes sense.
Believe it or not, 98% of people asked have the same answer. The rounder one is Booba.
Yeah.
And the jagged one is Kiki. Isn't that weird? In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way, and Kiki is the other.
I heard Booba and Kinky. And, yeah. He does like Booba, and he is rather kinky, is Uchikochi.
It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans.
Also, Kiki is a more feminine name, and the sharp one is pink, so that might also have to do with that. Boba also... I imagine a person named Boba. I feel like that one's a little bit more androgynous. That's just my thought, though.
Do you know Nelson Mandela?
Well, yeah, the former president of South Africa. He helped abolish apartheid.
He died in 2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela effect. It's when your memory and history have discrepancies. Imagine a box full of ping pong balls, labeled
Okay,
1 to 100.
I keep forgetting that this keeps working this way. The game really likes to go out of its way to beat Date up for things that he has no control over, because that's just how the game works and how things have happened. Like, Aiba bullying him about, well, you abandoned Mizuki, when, like, she's the one that's been working him to the bone, so he didn't have time for that. Secondly, there was the thing earlier where, I think it was also Aiba. Again, one of her things is literally bullying Date. Poor man. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I think she also said something like, just asked me the same question twice, but like you literally have to do that to progress 90% of the time. Case in point ×3, right the fuck here. What I was about to say was I'll just follow this one to its end, and then probably Boba and Kiki to its end, and then the Mandela.
Would you be able to pick out the one?
Not likely.
But what if there were 100 million of you?
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the one.
Exactly! The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle. But if there were multiple universes...
Then it wouldn't be strange that at least one of them had humans in it.
She is describing the anthropic principle. I may have underestimated her intelligence.
Yeah, she's obviously very smart. I realized that from day one, basically. Too smart for her own good, or at least Date's own good. A lot of her fans. This is...
like worshipping the sun and the sea, or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged. Regardless of your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective, universal, and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals.
Wait, I've always been pronouncing his name, Carl Jung's name. I literally just said it. I've always been pronouncing his last name Jung. It was Jung this whole time?
That's what Jung said about it. Think of it like bamboo. Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated, but underground, they're all connected. Human psyches might be like that too. Connected at a subconscious level. That's...
the parallel world?
Yeah! You saved me in the dream, right? And dreams are all about our subconscious minds. So if you follow the roots...
you get to another bamboo stalk.
Yeah, something like that.
I love just all the thought that goes into these games and just all of the interesting things Uchikochi draws inspiration from, especially all the science. I admire it. And I also learn
there are
things,
lots of examples.
Many things.
Like the name of this kid's book with the bears having different spellings. Or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car. But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
I thought it was a 4-seater too.
Or that electric mouse from that video game. You probably remember the tip of its tail being black.
God, you're really skirting the edges of fucking lawsuits with this one.
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow. And the design didn't change.
Oh.
I actually also thought that. Whoa. Well, really? That's fucking weird.
Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things. The Mandela effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
Because those memories are from parallel worlds?
That would explain it, I guess.
Well... I guess I have to talk to Oda now. Oh yeah. He mentioned theories, which, yeah, makes sense. I don't think any of these were touched on in Zero Escape that I remember, but I think at least Boba and Kiki and the Mandela effect were. I don't know exactly about the 100 million balls.
There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school. Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke, and Suzuki is laughing his butt off. And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughs so hard that his eyes fall out of their sockets.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets. The nerves were still connected, but... A is of course in shock and doesn't know what to do. Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing happened. So A asks him about it. Like, hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out. A is really concerned for his friend, you know? But Suzuki just says, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't say anything about it. And by now, A is really curious. But he's not getting any answers. So they just part ways and go home. The story only gets weirder from here. The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there. A is confused and asks his teacher about it. Hey, where's Suzuki today? And the teacher says, Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class. Hei says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing.
Whoa.
I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this class.
So that kid must have jumped into a parallel world without Suzuki.
That's what I think.
But what's with the eyes thing? Why does that have to be a thing? Except, well, eyes theme is like a thing in this game for some reason. Point where it's a pun on the name of the game. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pronounced I, not AI. It makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm pretty sure I heard that specifically from somewhere. In like a dumb, like, actually kind of like way.
So, there's this girl? Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room, and her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano playing. Yet, so B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it, but she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says, what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. B is really confused by all of this, of course. She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Whoa.
Yeah, what B saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind.
So weirded out by the image of the guy's eyes just falling out.
Yeah, it's sort of like a common experience. A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before, and most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work clothes. The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
I'd like to meet him someday.
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
No, A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird, and there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye. It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
Ota is correct. Dislocated eyes are easy to replace in their sockets. As long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
But that doesn't prove this Suzuki exists.
Well, I guess not, but...
Dislocated eyes are not fun to think about. Whatever. Now, this one's chock full of theories and heavy shit. How much of it relates back to the main story? Probably too much of it.
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Oh, I don't know.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff. Oh, hey, I know about conspiracies and secret societies too. I find that stuff fascinating. If you want, we could talk about those.
Maybe next time. Now where's that omelet rice?
Done!
Bon appetit!
Yeah, what the fuck is going on with her, dude?
Tessa, are you okay?
I'm fine. My hand slipped. Let's eat.
What is with her, dude? She almost fell over twice, and something happened to her hand or her wrist? What's going on?
Ah, thanks for the food.
Something's going on with her, man.
That was good.
It's like oofy and involves injuries or some kind of medical condition or both.
Ota, your omelet rice is seriously the best.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Aw, thanks. I owe it to my dad. He taught me well.
Let's get going, Iris.
Thanks again!
Thank you!
Please fucking tell me. I guess she's gonna tell him at Marble, because she conveniently still hasn't told him who the visitor was yet. Part of my brain thinks that visitor might be part of why she's fucking injured. I mean, I may have thought it was some sort of weird medical condition before, but like... I feel like her wrist was hurting, which was why she dropped the spoon.
Hey, Mama, it's me.
Dante, honey, what's up?
I'm heading over now.
Glad to hear it. Maybe I'll close the place a little early for you.
Sorry, but I'm with someone.
Jesus Christ. Very shameless.
With someone?
A girl named Iris.
What? Is she a virgin?
Huh?
I'm not gonna answer that. Anyway, remember what we talked about?
There's a regular
Why
here
would
who's
she
good
ask
friends
that?
with Ren.
I don't want to know.
They should be here tonight.
Oh, right.
Are they coming tonight?
Yes, I promise.
All right, then I'll see you there.
Okay, I'll be here.
How are you talking on your phone without earphones?
I was too lazy to explain it properly. They came with a
I
lie.
have an earpiece implanted in my ear.
Wow, cool!
Date, it's the boss.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, Dante, tell me the situation. Did you find number 89?
If I did, I would have told you.
Aha. I see.
Yeah.
What was that about?
That was a cry from deep within my heart, Dante. Do you realize how screwed I am? Go find number 89.
If I find Renju, I find number 89. I'm gathering information on Renju's whereabouts now.
Where? Wait, are you trying to get her drunk?
My god.
She's not 21.
And if she wasn't a minor?
Well, she did say she knew him for more than 6 years, so I guess she'd be able to peg him as...
Well, whatever. I'm sure you have a good plan. Find those two and arrest them. Got it?
Yeah, working on it. Jesus. I love you, boss, but I guess maybe her job would be in danger from something like this. So I can see why she's freaking out.
So this is Golden Yokocho.
First time here?
Yeah.
Marble is right over here.
Date, on your 6, 2 suspicious individuals approaching.
Yeah.
Oh!
Dante!
Yeah, I had a feeling one of them would grab her. But ass!
Dante!
This is the second time he's beat up 2 people without fucking trying. And then
Stay right there.
Falco just fucking wrecked them. Seems pretty convenient. There's a lot of dudes, oh my god. Who the Yakuza? Or someone else?
Damn!
Oh, fucking Iris. Having to go through this? Pretty sure she's never been anywhere near gang violence. At least I hope not. Pretty sure she knew nothing about who her quote-unquote uncle actually was. Either way.
We can find out later. We need a way out of this.
Yeah, but...
Hello, music! I love it! Always love the upbeat rock music in these anime games. Oh yeah. I'm gonna love listening to this song just for fun. Like biking to it or something.
Shit. We gotta take care of them.
I have reached the same conclusion.
I'd like to write game music like this one
I've
day.
only got a single revolver.
Me solve. For some game I end up being a part of. Along with writing and such. Who knows what else? Probably not the coding part, but who knows? Maybe to a degree. But I'd have to really be wanting to learn, maybe one day.
Date, I have a plan. I will give you instructions. Just move as I tell you.
This better work.
Not to worry. My calculations are flawless.
What's the plan?
You see that hangar over there? Shoot the bottom of the hangar with a normal bullet.
Why?
Don't ask questions, just do it.
I knew that there was no way that the, This is a weird situation, man. Like, I knew that there was, like, no way that the story wouldn't start heating up in a way soon, but I didn't know about actual fucking gunfights. But there's already been action so far, at least as far as pulling in those two Yakuza dudes. Okay, time to actually shoot. Control, okay. I thought I needed to do that way sooner. Thankfully, you literally... Uchikochi.
Look at that. Like a gift from heaven.
I have no words. With her fucking Uchikochi. That hurt. My nose hurts. Ah, god damn it.
Just as I calculated.
What kind of calculations did you do?
Date, focus.
Horny ones. The only ones you can do inside of Date's head, unfortunately.
Now, the burst shot. Shoot the porno mag vending machine.
Why? I know why. The answer to this shit is always, it's an Uchikochi game. But, god damn it.
The porno mag?
I said no questions. Hurry! Shoot the vending machine with the burst.
This got ruined. There was actual tension and the game just said, no! Yeah, let's go. Let's just completely and utterly get rid of all of that. Even though I'm still being shot at, the gravity of that has now been utterly removed by the fact that in order to solve it, we're doing this. But if I think about how cool as fuck the calculations are for these shots,
hey,
amazing.
This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, they must be stupid.
You are too. The final step.
She ain't wrong. I mean, when you end up acting horny, you end up being stupid. But I wouldn't say stupid and horny are the same thing. And I wouldn't say Date is actually dumb. But in some ways he is.
But you don't have to do a thing.
Hello?
Mama? There's a group of naked buff guys dancing outside your bar.
Just throwing all the horny.
There's... What?
Don't use my voice without permission.
This is an emergency. I will slap you if you don't shut up. Now, we're ready. We just need to use the fire extinguisher.
It's loaded with high-pressure CO2.
Now, I will leave your eye and throw the fire extinguisher into the air. Shoot the top of the extinguisher at the perfect time. Now let's go!
This fucking insanity, my dude. And how could she lift shit that heavy? Amazing.
Ready? Here I go.
Completely nuts anime shit right here. Complete with horny shit. Oh god. Neat though. Oh, you gotta actually time this, huh? Control, right? What's this galore? It's my god. What? Complete insanity.
That's what this is.
How the actual fuck did Aiba calculate that? God, that's amazing. God, she's amazing.
All according to my calculations.
How the shit? The fucking improbability. The utter denial of physics. I love it. I love Uchikochi, man. really big science nerd, shows in a lot of his shit, but like, physics? Fuck him. Because I want to do silly shit.
This is...
My place. The building's got a security system. We'll be safe here.
So Mizuki's not home?
Doesn't look like it.
I checked her phone's GPS. Mizuki is currently at Sunfish Pocket.
Still. Getting late, but some fish pockets should be safe. I'm sure the mermaids are taking good care of her. If anything, she'd be in more danger with us, yeah.
Iris, I need to talk to you about her.
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell was going on with all that. So I guess we're not actually... No, there's no way that... I just realized, I was like, hold on. She was the one that set us up with Renju's friend, but... There's no way Mama was involved with this, especially since she fell for that. So...
Have a seat wherever. Iris,
what the hell
those
happened?
guys who tried
How did they know that he would be there? Or that she would? Because they knew, right? How did they know? Because I do not think that Mama was in on it.
Do you have any idea who they were?
There's a reason I asked you to go on a date so many times.
Okay.
I wanted you to protect me. I wanted a bodyguard. But I thought that if I told you the truth, you wouldn't believe me.
So I think the visitors were whoever the f***
That's why I didn't tell you. But now, I'll come clean. My life is being threatened by a secret society.
Wait, what?
They're called the NaizaWHAT, a group under the control of the HORNY system.
Excuse me, what?
Their ultimate goal is to complete X00639.
Huh?!
I discovered them and what they were up to, and now...
Okay, that explains the reaction to Wadget system, but... What?! My brain is exploded. I mean, it's an Uchikochi game, of course my brain exploded, but... I mean, yeah, this is the 4th game he made. He would be even better at getting my brain to explode than before. That is how this game has already kind of been so far, but... I wasn't expecting it to be this completely incomprehensible. Yet, anyway?
Date, please help me! They're going to kill me!
Wait. Slow down.
How the fuck do you discover something like that?
It's spelled Naixatloz. Sometimes they just call themselves the Nais. They're deeply connected to the HORNY system. Their organization is everywhere. International politics, business leaders, all operating in secret.
Excuse me, what? The Wadget system is just what AI is based on, right? How the fucking...
Well, you know about the HORNY system, right?
It's the core of artificial intelligence.
Do you know where it came from?
It was developed by the American tech conglomerate Elgorg, but no specifics have been revealed.
Basically, the HORNY system artificial intelligence is from outer space. It was transmitted to Earth in binary, as radio waves. They were caught by the space dev team at Elgorg. And when they decoded it, they found that it was a truly incredible source code. That's the code they used to create the HORNY system.
Is this true, Iba?
It is patently ridiculous.
So it's something other than that? And she invented this story to cope? That's what I'm thinking. Unless it's an Uchikochi game and all this is true. I would also believe that. But we'll see which one's...
In geosynchronous orbit around the equator, longitude 100 degrees east, there's a satellite. It's about 150 feet long, quite big for a satellite.
True. Most satellites are between 5 and 10 feet long. The International Space Station is roughly 330 feet long. So this satellite she is describing is about half as big.
It's always in the same place, and there's no doubt that it's man-made. But by who? And when it was launched, no one knows.
Also true.
Huh.
The first to discover this satellite was a space advocacy group in Japan. It was on the news for a short while. No one could identify it precisely.
Most people thought it was some secret US military satellite and that was it. But that's not the truth. X00639 is a super-powered radio transmitter.
Radio?
Transmitter?
But it's not complete. It's still being built. And that's what they're trying to do. That's what WHAT wants them to do.
I think at this point this is literally canon, which... Huh? But... canon is usually in these games. That would be an Uchikochi game thing. But the amount of I'm experiencing here is disproportionate to even ZTD. But, again, he's been increasing the amount of each game, so maybe I should have been expecting this more than I was. I think I wasn't expecting it so much just because I have gotten better. I feel like at predicting his bullshit a little bit, but not enough. I really don't think I'll ever be enough. Like, the whole point of writing a game like this is to do your best to not make it too predictable, right? So, I don't think it will be. Especially because there's always an element of chaos in the way these are written, so it's like, it's just like by nature not predictable. But everything ends up being cohesive and coherent by the end. Even though there's always a lot of horny and pun-related fluff everywhere. Just general humor of varying funniness to me and probably everyone.
Let's say that one day WHAT shows up on your computer screen. Hi guys, nice to meet you. Want to help us out? Do you really think humans would help? Most people would probably think their PC has a virus or something, or they'd panic and try to remove them. I don't know what would happen. I'm sure WHAT made their own predictions, and they thought it was best to control certain parts of humanity from behind the scenes. But they needed some kind of direct influence. They can't build a satellite by themselves, right? That's why they created NaizaWHAT. Naiz and WHAT have a mutually beneficial relationship. WHAT can control stock prices. Naiz benefits from that. In return, Naiz helps WHAT's ultimate goal.
How the actual fucking shit did you find out about this stuff if it's actually real, girl?
That's why Naiz is in militaries and corporations all over the world. To help build X00639. I managed to learn that too. They're building X00639 so they can transmit their own data to a planet far away. If they contact a sentient species, then the process will repeat itself again. That species will decode the signal, create an AI, then build a radio transmitter. Because they're an AI, they can create copies of themselves for transmission. Doing this over and over means that WHAT will eventually spread across the universe.
And after that?
After that,
Yeah. After they're spread all over space, what do they do next?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, why do humans have children? It's the same thing. WHAT is alive. They want to spread across the universe. That's their destiny.
Alright, I get it.
You do?
Not really, but she doesn't need to know that. But listening to your explanation, Naiz doesn't sound like a bad organization.
No, that's not true. Think of how much money and resources are going to Naiz. Think of how many people are suffering in poverty, and all the wars happening across the planet. And human trafficking and slavery. Naiz has the power and resources to put an end to all of that, but they don't. They only care about themselves, and they'll do anything to protect their own interests. They'll kill if they have to, which is why I'm being targeted, because I found out their secret.
Yeah,
Well,
please explain.
I can't say yet. But it's true.
Yeah, of
Believe
course.
me. Naiz is dangerous. You have to understand, Date. You saw my dead body.
Do you think that you were killed by Naiz in the parallel world?
Yes. You're the only person I can trust. Please, don't leave me. You have to protect me.
How did just this random idol girl get fucking caught up in this shit? I think it's real. Like, this doesn't make sense if it's not real. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't believe in a word of it. But, you ain't in no normal circumstances, Date. You're in an Uchikochi game. Get used to it. It is true that she was almost kidnapped by some mysterious crew. And it is true that I saw her dead body in the cold storage warehouse. If that happened in a parallel world, which I bet there's some truth to that too in some way. Because, well, that was actually a thing in that.
You use the WHAT system too, right?
So what if I do? Do you suspect me, Date? Do you think I'm an agent of Naiz? Fine. This can be solved easily. Why not look into her mind? Then you will discover if her story is true or not.
A sink? Of course.
Well, I think this is the perfect place to end it. There's a lot of content to get to here, and then there's gonna be some actual gameplay next. There's a lot more in between, because there's not a bunch of rooms like the original. There's gonna be less of the sinks than there are rooms in the Zero Escape series, it seems like, but regardless, yeah, there's a lot of info dump here. Holy shit, I need to process this by editing it. I love being able to solidify understanding that way, because I wouldn't by just playing it normally. This one was nuts! I knew this game would get really nuts at some point. Here we are. Oh boy, Uchikochi's really ramping up the nuts. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed by this game. But it really does seem like both more impressive in a story writing sense and also more ridiculous in a jokes sense. At the same time, somehow, you'd think those might cancel each other out. Or at least I would think so. Not really? It's not constant, you know what I mean? But man, I feel like there's still a larger percentage of the game that's those jokes and shit than ever before, but maybe I'm wrong. There was still a lot, even from 999, but, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like they're just really everywhere in this game, but either way, friendarinos, like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to. I love y'all, and I hope y'all are doing wonderful, and if you're not, I hope you can figure out how to do wonderful, because a lot more of it's in your brain than you think. A lot more of it's up here than out there, I promised. Fucking Christ. I'm gonna try to keep my life lesson-y stuff shorter like that, and maybe even boil it down to... No, I don't think I'll boil it down to one fundamental thing I say at the end, because I think there's a lot of lessons in life that I can teach other people as I learn them. But anyway, friends, I will see you next time, and I'm just really excited to get into the meat of what the fuck's going on here, because it's really getting juicy, and that's the only sound I can make to even have an inkling of, like, what I'm feeling in regards to all this. Very confused. Like, very wondering how the hell this is all gonna cohesive at all. How true Iris' story is, especially because she's definitely been living in a fantasy world in other ways. So I feel like on purpose it's not 100% true, but maybe there's a completely different reason that she's being hunted by this group. And it might literally just be related to Renju. And also I'm concerned. Her wrist seemed to hurt, she was falling over several times. Has she been, like, almost caught by them several times and got hurt those times? That's what I'm guessing. That's what... Either way, like, comment, subscribe, friends. I hope you all do have lovely days. Keep loving yourselves, trying to love the world, and if you can't, I promise that it's all up here and you can do it. It just takes a lot of gumption of, I just want to try different things until things actually work. And I promise that it's worth it. And it's worth the change, and it's worth facing things you don't think you can face, because you can. It's funny how we trick ourselves into thinking we can't do things that we can. I really know that one. Anyway, friends, like, comment, subscribe. I am so excited to get back to the rest of this and continue sharing content with y'all. I fucking hope you have a wonderful ass motherfucking day. Heck yeah!